So today's class is going to focus on forward bends, how to do them safely. Make sure you mute yourself, please, if you haven't already. So forward bends, how to do them safely. And a lot of times we talk about, being flexible and that kind of thing, but many people can't bend over and touch their toes, although that's a really good stretch for the hamstrings. So we're going to work on some alternatives to that and also give you some guidelines for how to bend safely. So having said that, let's not waste any more time talking. Let's do our practice. And as I mentioned, Sweet Pea has gone directly into Savasana. She is always ready to relax, that dog is. So taking your seat, finding a comfortable way to sit, and we invite you to just find that perfect balance between engaging and activating your muscles to support your back and finding a sense of ease and relaxation. Letting yourself land completely in this space and in this moment. Closing your eyes or gazing towards the floor, turning your attention towards your breath. And maybe this is the first time today you've noticed what the breath feels like coming in and going out. Notice the busyness of your thoughts, your energy or lack thereof today, as well as any sensations that come to your awareness as you sit and breathe. And now allowing that breath to expand so you feel the breath from the belly all the way up through the chest, into the sides of the body, and from front to back. So the whole core of your body fills with breath. Envisioning each in-breath as bringing in energy, light, and each out-breath as releasing discomfort, tension, as well as any negative thoughts. Focusing on the breath gives your thoughts permission to quiet down just a little bit, inviting you to be here now completely. So as we bring our centering to a close, let's take a few sighing out breaths. So deep breath in, and then let it go with a sound. Ha. Good. 2 more times. Breathe in. Let it go with a sound. Let your shoulders drop. Ha. Last time. Breath in. And let it go. Ha. And joining your hands at heart center. Let's combine our voices and begin the rest of our practice with the sound of Om. Deep breath. Om. Om. Shanti. Peace. May we all know peace. So opening your eyes if they're closed, let's begin with our 6 movements of the spine. Breathing into dog, chest comes forward, head looks up. Exhaling, pushing your back towards the back of the chair, tucking your chin, rolling off those sit bones. So breathing into dog and exhaling into cat. So you want to make sure there's a space behind your back and the back of the chair, so you have room to roll it forward and back. Allow the exhale to be very prominent. Creating that sound, if you like. The body hears it and knows it's safe to relax. How about once more with dog and cat? Breathing in, shoulders back, elbows back, heart wide open. Exhaling, rounding the spine, coming into cat. And let's come back to a neutral spine and move into our twist. And we'll start with the right arm, stretch it forward. Good. Exhale, bring that palm to your left knee, left hand to your chair. Create a tall, tall spine. Shoulders relaxed. I'm going to add a cross of the legs, the left over the right. That'll make my stretch a little bit deeper, not too much. Always finding your breath right away. Good. Breathe in, guide it back to center. Uncross your legs if they're crossed. Take a breath, and we'll go to the other side. Left arm reaching forward. Palm comes to the right knee, right hand to the chair. Lengthen on that first in-breath. How tall can you sit? And then on an exhale, begin your twist. Add the cross of the legs if you like. Good. Breathe in, bringing it back to center. Let's move into thread the needle, starting with the right arm. Again, lots of energy in that arm, shoulders to fingertips. Really reach it forward. Good. Exhale, slide it along your left thigh and move into the pose with intention. Head relaxed, going as far as your body allows, and adding that arm sweep out to the side or overhead, if that feels good to you. If not, it's always optional. How about one more breath here? Good. Let's inhale, guide it back. Notice how that feels. And let's go to the other side. So that left arm reaches forward, sliding it along your right thigh. We're putting the thread through the eye of the needle and easing yourself in. No rush. Take your time. It's too hot to rush anyway. I'm going to add the arm sweep if you'd care to join me. Please make sure your neck and head are relaxed. Good. And let's release that on an inhale, coming back around, back to a nice tall sit. So let's review our seated forward fold. And actually, when you think about it, forward folds are actually inversions where your heart is above your head. And so I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see what I'm doing, just as a reminder. So I'm going to begin with my feet directly under my knees. So we're going to start with the most gentle version, and then we're going to progress it. And I invite you to move along to your own level of comfort. So we're going to do this forward motion as a wave. So inhaling, chest comes forward. Roll it back. Breathe in, move the chest forward. This is pretty much like the movement we get between dog and cat. We're just checking out how this fold feels. So to progress the stretch and move it further up into the hamstrings, I'm going to move my feet a little bit forward and continue that wave motion. Bringing the chest forward and exhaling, rounding my spine back. So you can stay with this level, or if you want a little more, you can extend the feet even a little more. Notice I still have a bend in my knees. This is going to bring the stretch all the way up to the top of the hamstrings. So we're going to do a few more waves. And then wherever is comfortable for you, we're going to pause. Bring your hands to the floor. And you can go as deeply into the stretch as your body will allow. So I'm feeling this all the way up in the base of my hamstrings. Sighing out the breath to release tension. Good. And let's get ready to release now. So a couple of choices. You can walk your hands up your legs, or to work your core, place your hands on your hips, engage those muscles, and hinge up. Excellent. So let's stretch the arms out from the shoulders. Reach those fingers in opposite direction from each other. Turn your palms up. Breathe in, exhale, rotate them down. Breathe them up and turn them down. And then turning them up, we're going to let the palms stay up and touch the fingertips to the shoulders. Try to keep your elbows directly out to the side. Exhaling, fingertips to shoulders. Inhaling, arms extend. Exhale, inhale. Good. Couple more times. Now placing your fingertips on your shoulders, let's rotate to the right. Bring it back to center and rotate to the left. Keep those elbows up and back to the other side. So you can feel free to stay with this gentle twist, but if you want to intensify it a little bit and add a forward fold, you can bring your elbow down to the opposite knee. Bring it up. Breathe in. Exhale, rotate down. Again, take it nice and slow. It's too hot to move too fast. And exhale. And inhale, open your chest a couple more times. And back to center. Open your arms wide, turn your palms down, and place them on your thighs. Take a breath. So there is a pose in yoga called Yoga Mudra, and that simply translates to the symbol of yoga, because in it, the heart is above the head. It is a forward fold. It is an inversion, and it can be done standing. We're going to do it seated. So bring your hands forward, stretch them out, and then turn the palms away from each other. Take a breath in, sweep those arms around your back, and interlace your fingers. So I'm going to stand up and turn around so you can see what I'm doing. My elbows are straight, and I'm drawing my hands down towards the floor. Now, if your shoulders are really tight, feel free to grab your yoga tie and just take hold of the opposite ends. I'm going to hold on to my hands here. Squeeze those shoulders and relax. Imagine there's a walnut between your shoulder blades and you're trying to crack it. Okay, open, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Let's keep the squeeze in the shoulders and then hinging right at your hips. begin to reach forward, 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 as far as your body will allow. Now you can leave your hands at your lower back if you like, or you can begin to lift your hands up away. But try to keep your palms together or holding on to your yoga tie. Breathe deeply. Keep your neck relaxed. Good. Let's release that. Keep the squeeze in the shoulders all the way up. Ooh, one final squeeze. Release those hands and let them float around. Come to rest on your thighs. Wow, that's a very intense shoulder opener. So let's jiggle the shoulders a little bit. Good. Interlace your fingers, press your palms together. Shoulders relaxed, elbows relaxed. And let's just do a lazy figure eight with the hands. Working up those little muscles, tendons, joints, hands, wrists. And then let's mix it up and go in the other direction. Ooh, what does your mind say? Good. Placing your hands at heart center, just like we do when we say namaste. Breathe in, open your left arm out to the side. Follow the hand with your eyes. Breathe in, bring it back. And open the right hand out to the side. Rotate. And bring it back. Let's do that a couple more times. So left arm opens up, sweeps to the side. Eyes follow. Don't forget about your spine. Keep it nice and straight. Keep your feet on the floor. Right arm out to the side and a twist. And left. This is the last time. And other side. Wonderful. Breathe in, sweep your arms up. And exhale, float them down. We'll move into our sun breaths with a couple of variations here. Sweeping the arms up. And exhale, bringing it down. So let's make this motion a little more fluid. We'll cross the arms when we get up top. And we'll cross them in front of us when they decline. So how about if we add just a little bit more to this? I'm going to forward fold as my arms sweep down. Let my head look up as I reach up. Just warming up the back and the arms. A couple more times here. Good. And then interlace your fingers, extend your index finger up towards the ceiling and reach to the right. Breathe through center, reach to the left on an exhale. Now, if this is hard for your shoulders, what you can do is just grab the opposite wrist and use that to help with the side bend. It's another nice way to do it. A couple more times. Good. Reach up into mountain. And then exhale, float your arms down. Take a breath. Okay. So let's come to the lower body now. We've been working on the upper body quite a bit. And I'm going to press my right knee up. Remember your choices here. Yoga tie can be under the thigh. You can hold on, or you can interlace your fingers below the kneecap, which is what I like to do. A little bit of crunching going on there. I don't know whether you can hear her or not, but Sweet Pea likes to snore. She's doing that right now. Sweet Pea, you have to learn how to relax. Good. Point your toe. Press out through your heel. Just rock the foot back and forth. And let's move into the figure 4 stretch on this side. So crossing at the ankles, at the knee, or placing your right foot on top of your left thigh. Sit up tall. Awesome. Relax those shoulders. Press down on the knee. I'm going to add another forward fold. Again, this is optional, so you be the judge. What is your body asking for? What does it like? What doesn't feel right today? One more breath and come on up. Uncross. Oh, that leg feels better. Let's go to the other side. So holding on wherever is comfortable for you. So make sure you're not using your shoulders to pull that leg up. Keep them down. Good. Let's circle the ankle. Nice lazy circles. And rotate the other way. Good. Point your toe. Press out through your heel. Just rocking the foot back and forth. Let's move into the figure 4 stretch on this side. So whatever version works for you today. Make sure the foot that's on the floor is directly under the knee. So not off to the side, like in that position. You want to have it directly positioned under the knee. Good. Nice tall sit to begin. And if you choose, a little forward fold. Feel your shoulder blades broaden across your back. So like they're draping over your back. Let's good. So the next breath in is the signal to sit up, uncross, and pause. So we're going to move into our sun salutations, but I thought just a reminder that with a sun salutation, you can do it in lots of different ways. If you do it quickly, it tends to generate heat, and it's very energizing, which is great in the winter on a cold day. But in the summer, when the temperature is steamy, it's nice to slow it down and use it as a moving meditation with your breath. So beginning with your hands in prayer position, gently pressing the palms towards each other. Let's begin. Breathing in, the arms sweep up. And to exhale, gently reach back. Breathe it back to mountain. And now we're going to forward fold. So open your arms and gently allow your upper body to drape over your legs. Palms to the knees, come up halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhaling as your arms sweep up again. Exhaling, reaching back. Guiding yourself back to mountain and back to where you started. Let's do one more of those delicious slow motion sun salutations. Breathing the arms up. Exhale, reach it back. Take your breath into mountain. Open your arms, your wings, fold forward. Palms to the knees, come up halfway. Exhaling and fold. Now sweeping those arms up. Let's reach it back. Breathe it back to mountain and exhaling back to your heart. Pause, breathe, and notice. So let's come up to standing, and we'll come up through chair pose. So begin by moving your feet back. Remember, the heels begin lifted. As soon as you start to stand up, allow those heels to drop down. Hands at your hips to begin. Breathe in, engage your core, drop your heels down, and stand up part way. So I'm going to stand sideways so you can see there's quite a big bend in my knees and my shoulders are back. Good. So this may be enough, or if you want to intensify the pose, we add the arms to the front or overhead. And we breathe. Good. One more breath. And exhale, lower the hands, straighten your knees, and shake out those legs. Good. So we've been doing the 6 movements of the spine seated, but you can also do those cat-cow movements standing. And I'll show you what it looks like. So feel free to do this. You can hold on to the chair with one hand if you like. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. So we begin in a little squat, just like you do when you're doing chair pose. As you breathe in, the head looks up, the belly drops down, and the butt sticks back. Good. And as you exhale, now round your spine, tuck your chin. So the knees remain bent as you go back and forth. And of course, if standing is too challenging for you, you can always repeat this seated. Let's just do a couple more of those. Has a very different feeling when you're standing. Last time, breathe in, belly drops down, head looks up, exhale and round. Good, and then bring yourself back to a neutral spine. Let's come behind the chair. And we'll do our moon salutation standing behind the chair. So we'll add the movements that way. If you need to, you can keep both hands on the chair, or you can keep one hand on the chair. So let's begin in prayer position. Inhaling, arms sweep up. Remember, you can keep one hand on the chair. And let's exhale, half moon to the right. Good. Breathe it up. I'm going to switch hands and half moon to the left. Of course, if you don't need the chair for support, you can be using both hands. Good. Breathe it back to center. Let's get ready for our back bend. Hands can be extended, or if you want some support, hold on to the chair for your back bend. Good. Breathe it back. Now we're going to do our forward fold, but we're only going to go as far as a downward dog. So walking your heels away, letting your head drop down, letting your belly relax. You can even pedal your heels a little bit here. Lift one and then press the opposite one down. You'll feel this all the way up into your hamstrings. Good. Walk it back. Breathe one arm up or both. Good. Half moon to the left. Breathe through center, half moon to the right. And back to center and back to your heart. Nicely done, everybody. Let's come to the side of the chair. We'll stand by the left side of the chair and take a nice wide stance. We're going to come into 5-pointed star. So let's reach out with the left arm. If you don't need the chair for support, reach out with your right arm. Good. And breathe. Let's begin to sweep the arms in this position. So sweeping the arms up. Now bend your knees. Sweep them across just like you did when you were seated. And again, you can use one arm, keep one on the chair. It's perfectly fine. Or you can do both. You can even get a little fancy here and just add a little side reach. Sweep it through center. Other side. I want to make your yoga fun. Make it playful. Don't be afraid to invent new poses or try new things. Good. Let's do one more time. Good. And back to 5-pointed star. Ready for triangle? Good. Let's do it. So I'm going to turn my right foot so the toes are facing the chair. And I'm going to turn my left foot in slightly. Remind this hip to stay back. And lift up your left arm. And begin to reach. And reach. And reach. Feel steady and comfortable. Feel free to release the chair. Top shoulder moves back. Front of the body is wide open. Eyes on the horizon. Good. Let's breathe in. Release that. Drop the arm down. And do a little counter stretch. So we're going to move into straight-legged runner stretch and also wide stance forward bend. But I want to just show you, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I mean. When you do forward folds, most of the time it's important to keep thinking about lengthening rather than folding. So this is what I mean by that. If I were just to say to fold, I might be inclined to round my spine. Okay, you see that nice, like a cat curl in my spine. But what I'm going to invite you to do is think about creating length from the top of your head to the tip of your tailbone. So the fold is going to begin right here at your hip crease. So knees are soft, always soft knees, reaching the crown forward. Head is in a neutral position. So you see the difference between this and this. This is also more of a strain on your lower back. So when you come with a flat back, you engage these muscles and it protects your lower back. Are we good? Okay. So let's turn and face the chair. So your right foot is forward, your left foot is back, just like it was with triangle. And we're going to begin to fold right at the hip crease. So soften those knees, don't lock them. Good. If you can, place your hands on the chair. Now take a minute right here to lengthen your spine. Crown to tailbone. Nice flat back. You want to imagine that if somebody put a tea tray on your back, you wouldn't spill anything. Good. And I'm going to fold a little more. Feel free to join me. Whatever feels right. Good. And we'll release that now on an in-breath coming up. Ready for the wide stance forward bend. So we're going to bring that back leg forward so they're on alignment with each other. And it's the same bend in the back. So right from the hip crease, soft knees. Here we go. Hands to the chair if you can manage. You might want to rest your forearms on the chair. Keep those knees soft. Good. And let's come back up. Nicely done. How about we do all those on the other side? All right. So let's begin in our 5-pointed star. Nice wide stance. Right arm extends. Release the chair with the left if you can. Nice. So feel the energy moving out. Crown of the head, tips of the fingers, soles of the feet, everything wide awake. Good. And we'll begin that little sweep. Oh, you can get as fancy with this as you like. Remember, this is your dance. This is your practice. I'm going to add that little reach from side to side because I like it. Coming up on the opposite toe. It's good. Couple more times here. Awesome. Good. And back to 5-pointed star. Ready for triangle on this side? Turn the toes of your right foot so they're facing the chair. Left foot turns in slightly. And if you're wondering why I turn that outside foot in a little bit, it's to create some freedom in this hip. Because if the foot is straight ahead, it's hard to keep this hip open and back. When you adjust it a little bit and turn it slightly inward, that gives you more flexibility. Reach up with your right arm and arch into the pose. Release the chair if you like. Find that breath right away. Nice, steady breath. Good. Inhale, bring it up. Drop it down. Ooh, that feels good. Ready for straight-legged runner stretch? So both feet are now facing the chair. Knees are soft, hinging right at the hip crease. Think about reaching your torso out over the chair. Place your hands wherever is comfortable and accessible. Don't lock the knees. You can bring your hands to the floor. Good. And let's come up and moved into the wide-legged forward bend. So bring that back foot forward so it's in alignment with the front foot. And again, hinging right at the hip crease. Let's reach out over the chair. Soft knees. Bend them a little more just to remind yourself. Long, long spine. I'm going to hang out right here and drop down onto my forearms. Lengthen my spine. Relax my head. And find my breath. Good. Let's release that now. Walking the hands back. Coming up. Nicely done. So before we take a seat and finish up with a few final stretches, let's do a downward facing dog. So your choices are to stand at the back of your chair and walk the feet back. If you want a deeper stretch, hands can come to the seat of the chair and walk the feet back. So let's pedal the feet a few times and notice how much more open your hamstrings feel after those stretches. Particularly if you like to walk, those muscles get really, really tight. Good. Walk back to the chair. Take a seat. And we'll finish up with just a nice twist. So we'll raise the arms up, stretch out long, exhale, twist to the right. Inhale up, And twist to the left. Let's just do that couple more times from side to side. Last time, arms reach up, exhaling into the twist. And over to the left, into the twist. Bring yourself back to center. Allow your eyes to close. Feel your feet on the floor. No need to breathe in any particular way, just a nice, easy, relaxed breath. Having maybe a feeling of gratitude for the body, the breath, this practice, each other. And take this time to observe the effects of your practice on your body and mind. No two practices are ever the same. What has changed this time? If you find any remaining tension or tightness, feel free to create an exhale with a sigh. And as you relax and breathe, let yourself receive these words from Terry Hershey. It's called Soul Gardening. People who love this world, people who pay attention, are gardeners. People who are invested, people who are aware. They are gardeners regardless of whether or not they have ever picked up a trowel. Because gardening is not just about digging or planting for that matter. Gardening is about cherishing. So opening your eyes, bringing your hands to heart center. Let's chant the sound of Om and cherish this practice. Om. Om Shanti, peace. May all beings everywhere know peace. Namaste.